Hello, lovelies, and welcome to Yoga for Better Sleep. Grab yourself a strap or maybe a towel or a t-shirt, something of a similar length, and then find a comfortable seated position in the center of your mat or bed. Close the eyes down and begin to bring a calmness to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling gently through the nose. And bringing your awareness inwards. Maybe even focusing on the rhythm of your breath. You can keep the eyes closed, otherwise feel free to flicker them open back into the room. Once you have, dropping the chin down towards the chest before bringing it back up through center and then down the back. Taking these a few more times in your own breath, so go as fast or as slow as you need today. Just allowing the head to be nice and heavy at the end of each point. Taking one more in each direction before bringing the head back up to a neutral position. And then taking your gaze over your left shoulder before bringing it back through center and then continuing over to the right side. Again, you can go as fast or as slow as you need with this movement, taking 3 more on each side. Just working through any tension that you may have built up in the neck throughout the day. Take your time here, there is no need to force any of the movement today. Before returning the head back to neutral. This time dropping the left ear down to the left shoulder. Hold in here. Really allow and enjoy this opening of the right side of the neck. Bringing the head back through center to allow yourself to go the opposite way. Right ear dropping down to right shoulder. One more in each direction, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe even have a sense of pulling the right arm down so you can get a little bit of an extra stretch. And then right ear comes to right shoulder. And then bringing the head back to neutral, dropping the chin down towards the chest, and imagine you're drawing a semicircle with the nose by bringing the nose down and up towards the right. Bringing it back down through center and up towards the left. Really imagine that semicircle that you're drawing with the nose. Going again in both directions. Enjoying the movement. This is bringing to the neck, oil in the joints. Last one. Before returning to center. Take an inhale, reach those hands up overhead. As you exhale, bring the left hand behind you, the right hand reaches towards the left thigh. Having a gentle twist here again, do not force this movement, just enjoy the opening that it is bringing to the body. Taking an inhale to reach those hands back overhead. Let's go the opposite way. So this time left hand reaches over towards the right thigh. right hand comes behind us for a nice seated twist. Returning back to center, gently start to roll over the shins, making your way to a tabletop position. Inhaling, dropping the belly down towards the floor. As you exhale, curve everything under, finding your cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly down, chest comes forward, gaze comes up. Exhaling, push the floor away from you, dome the upper back. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one. And then maybe start to introduce some different movement here in your cat-cow. So you might want to take some circles with the spine or any other direction that works for you this evening. Work through any kinks or any particular tightness that you have in the spine. Allow yourself to dump into the shoulders and maybe protract them, see how that feels. Once you're done here, shift those hips back towards the heels, maybe shuffle the knees out wider to rest it out in child's pose. Enjoy the sinking feeling in the chest, releasing the shoulders, releasing the hips. And then eventually making your way through tabletop into a really gentle downward facing dog. Just creating enough space for you to shift that right leg forward so the right knee is behind the right wrist and the right ankle is behind the left wrist, sitting into our pigeon. Take a moment up here to find the center of your hips. And then maybe bring those forearms down towards the floor or your bed for a sleeping pigeon. Finding release in the spine and the hips is an effective way to release tension, emotions that we may have been holding on to throughout the day, helping us drift off to sleep. If you were down on your forearms, making your way back up to the hands, tuck that back toe under so you can lift up those hips and create some space for you to go the opposite side. So the left knee comes behind the left hand, the left ankle comes behind the right hand. Again, take a moment here to find the center of the hips before maybe releasing down to the forearms. And then eventually coming up to the hands if you were on the forearms. This time just shifting the weight over to the left so you can release the leg and come onto the stomach. Reach the right hand out in front of you once you've arrived, hugging the left leg in towards the body, reaching back, see if you can grab hold of the ankle or the foot, using the strap, t-shirts or towel, whatever you're using today, to help you reach back if you can't quite catch the leg. Pulling that foot in towards the glutes, opening up the quad and the hip flexor. Gently releasing that foot and creating space on the left side so you can bring the knee up in line with the hip if that's accessible for you. Having a generous bend in the knee, maybe making a pillow with the hands. Maybe even try to find a deeper sense of calm with the breath. Allow yourself to melt into your mat or your bed. Eventually lengthening that leg long down the mat again, this time bringing the left hand, reaching it out in front of you and reaching back to grab hold of the right leg, again using the strap if you need to. Before releasing that leg, creating a little bit of space underneath the hips so you can move that leg out towards the side. Making a pillow with the hands, resting down. And gently starting to extend that leg back. Bringing the hands to either side of the body so you can gently push yourself back to child's pose before rippling the body forward, coming over the wrists and then sitting back to a child's pose. Take this a couple more times, wriggling out anything left that's in the body that does not need to be with us tonight. Before rolling over the shins to find your sit bones and come to a cross-legged position. Grabbing your strap or your alternative, grabbing each end so you can reach the hands behind the back. Opening up the shoulders and the chest. Releasing the strap down in front of the body for a gentle release before reaching it back up and overhead again. One last time, open that chest, open the shoulders, and then releasing it down in front of you, making your way so you're laying on your back. The left sole of the foot is on the floor. Use the strap and place it around the sole of the right foot. Extend the heel away from you. Here, think about pulling the strap downwards rather than towards the face. So you're pressing the hip into the floor, having a sense of compression of the hips. You have the option to extend the left leg down the mat if you want to. And then gently open that right foot to the side. So you're opening up the hip here, still holding on to the strap. Trying to keep the left sit bone, the left glute, rooted into the floor. Before bringing that right leg back into center, release the strap from underneath the sole of the foot before guiding the knee over to the left side for a nice supine twist. For those of you that have practiced with me before, you know just how much I love this pose, especially as a releasing pre-bed pose. Allowing the knee to sink a little bit closer towards the floor, not forcing it, but just allowing gravity to do its job. And gently return that right leg back to center before extending it down the mat. Going on the left side, so placing the strap underneath the left sole of the foot. Extending the heel up and away from you. Again, think about pulling the strap downwards so you're pressing the hip into the mat rather than opening up the hamstring and trying to pull your leg closer towards your face. That is not the goal here. We just want a slight sense of compression. And then eventually moving that left leg outwards, opening up the hip. Again, keeping hold of the strap. Keeping the right glute as close to the floor as you can. Eventually, slowly bringing that leg back to center. Releasing the strap from the sole of the foot and then guiding the knee over towards the right side for a supine twist. Giving into gravity now, allowing the knee to get closer towards the surface and maybe even feel a sense of heaviness in the body, but trusting and understanding that your mat, the floor or your bed will take your entire weight. Eventually bringing that knee back towards center. Before extending it long down your mat, bring the feet as wide as the mat. Bring the hands either side of the body, palms facing upwards, finding your Shavasana. Allowing the body to relax. Really allow yourself to melt into wherever you're laying. Allow the breath to return back to normal. And enjoy just laying here.